Good evening, everybody. It is Wednesday night. Let's see who we got in the chat. We got Heartland HQ with Dink and Tank and Heather Lanscrun. Melinda Dobson. There's Heather. And there's Fuzzy Adventures and More. Rebecca Touched by Yarn. And LJ Wordworks. That's Todd Leginus. And my buddy Chris, Adventure Awaits. Hardneck Farms. Good evening. There's a Old Man King Homestead. Hawking with Jackie Boy. How you doing? How you doing, hiking with Jackie Boy, Kevin? So we've been just working in the grapes, working in the yards, finalizing some stuff on my house. I had a big, huge mess still left over from the remodel, and I finally got that done and made some back steps so I can get in and out of my house, because now the steps that used to go out into the garage were 3 steps inside the house. Well, I leveled that out equal with the floor of the house, and then the 3 steps are on the outside of the house now. I should have videotaped it, but I didn't. It would have been a good maker's video, but I just wanted to get in and out of my house. I wanted to get it done. There's DJ Turneroo and Plywood. This is a open mic. Amy's here. How you doing, Amy? So yeah, I put out a new video this morning. I was planning on doing a video that I was working on to be released on Tuesday, but I got halfway through it and I was like, this isn't working. I need more information. I need some other clips, and those clips are at least 5.5 hours away. So I'll have to wait till later in the season to do that video. So I decided to do my house video finally. Although I was really in no hurry to do that. I was hoping to get a couple more things done on the house, but then we started on the other house, and it's just been busy and going away, coming back. There's Bobby, Petit River Homestead, and Leanne Gunther, Palmetto, Paratrooper, I don't know why it's warm in here. It was fine all day long, and now it's hot at night. That doesn't make any sense. Good evening, MT Homestead. Oh. I also won more MT Homestead. Thanks to Lisa, who held my ticket. Is that an igloo? Ha! It's got a sticker on the bottom. Oh, that's right. They made them. There you go. Focus. Very cool. James Hall's in here. How you doing? Yeah, I give notification to my friends to make sure that they are here at night. So there's that, James Hall. Lori Prepping for Heaven is in here too. What was it? I don't have no show and tell. I don't have no show and tell. Somebody better get up here. I made the cart for my thing, for my joint planer. Raja's in here. Good evening. Thanks for coming in. So that worked out nice. That is a heavy piece of equipment, that joint planer, and I needed to get it up on some casters. I see your dog, Brian. Yep. So far, he's been here every live, I think, since I've had him. So, what do I got going on? Feel a little stumped here, people. What to say? Come on, somebody come up on panel. I was wondering what I was going to talk about tonight, because a lot of the work that I've been doing has kind of been standard work that I do all the time and have talked about in the past. And you can't either. You can't either what? Let's see who I'm going to pick on. Hiking with Jackie Boy. Man, I haven't seen you in a while.
It's been a while since I came up, and I said, no, I kind of come up and say hi.
Well, I couldn't have come at a better time because I was really stuck. I was stuck. I couldn't think of anything to say.
And of course,
That's Jackie Boy.
yep, he's kind of on his summertime vacation. It's not likely I'll take him out. He can overeat too easily here.
Yeah.
And that's not a good thing. So how you been doing, Brian?
I've been doing pretty good. Just busy doing stuff and, getting things done around here. There's a big tree that fell down in the front of our property, and I tried to get to that 5 times today, and it never got finished.
I'm just curious, what type of tree?
You know what? I can't remember because it's been dead for such a long time. I forgot what it looked like.
Well, I better do one thing is silence my phone.
Yeah. James Hall.
What's going on, y'all?
Just hanging out. So, what's going on with you? How's your shoulder?
Getting better.
Oh, that's good.
Slowly but surely, it's getting better. I'm working out every day, lifting a few weights, trying to get stronger.
Yeah, I could imagine that would be a pain in the butt, trying to get through an injury like that.
Yeah, your shoulders can be quite nasty.
Yeah, this one took 2 surgeries to repair, so yeah. keep buffering for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So how's everybody this evening?
I'm doing okay. I just, for some reason, am a little out of it. Has anybody seen the video that I put out today?
I watched it.
That's right, you did. I know you commented.
I need to check it out.
Oh, you need to check it out still.
Yeah. Well, I finally found a couple rivers that had a decent enough flow in them to get my kayak out on them. So I've done a couple places like that, but I did some kayaking.
Yeah, that's cool. There's who did I just see? Well, there's Kate.
I've been wishing that I was with
Kate,
you. That's for sure.
what are your temperatures up there or down there?
Well, today wasn't too bad. We're 87.
Yeah.
But we've had rain in the area, so that's kind of knocked the temperatures back. But in late May, we're already getting it over 100 degrees. Which is no fun. That reminds me, like you said, sometimes I wish I'd be dealing with your winters instead of the heat down here.
I don't complain about it at all. In fact, I actually enjoy the winter. There's very little about the winter that I dislike. If it gets to where I have to plow every other day, then I'm starting to not like it. But yeah, we got Debbie Jackson here and Kate Peace. And there's Jeff Killian. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, I was wondering how that video was going to turn out because I was just I'd take video footage of the progress of the house as it was going. And, honestly, I didn't look at the footage for a long time after I took it. And I didn't realize I talked and explained as much as I did. So I was pretty happy with the fact that I narrated it pretty good. I thought it was just a bunch of clips. And I did add in some of the old footage that I did where I tore the garage off just to, because it needed to be part of the video.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Hey there.
She said she wanted to see Minnie.
Hey, Minnie. Oh, we got dog. Do I have to get my dog? He's sleeping though. I wouldn't want to disturb his sleeping all the time.
I don't disturb him.
No, nobody outside.
He's there. There's my dog.
Ain't nobody outside. Come here.
Yeah, that ending. I thought I would keep that keep going with that character, but that I haven't done any more with that character in a while. In fact, I think that was the last time I did that character of duplicating myself and doing a split screen.
It's actually pretty cool.
Well, it sounds a little like it sounds a little too like I'm acting. I mean, I was so concerned about the placement and everything that it sounds kind of robotic, but it's okay.
That's the whole point, isn't it? You were acting. I mean, really?
I guess I was. I'm an actor now?
I didn't say you were a good actor.
No, that was pretty bad acting. Although I've seen commercials that are worse.
So have I.
I've seen commercials where you wish you could turn the intelligence up on the TV. There's the brightness button, but it doesn't work.
Hey there, my wild home Melody's in here,
Melody,
and Ryan's probably close by, I'm sure.
I saw Melody and Ryan on a video of a person that I follow. Is Greg Evans Outdoors.
Oh,
And
right.
they were on his show, and I was like, oh hey, I know them.
That's cool. There's Kelly at Rebel at Heart. Ryan's painting right now. What time is it? Okay, it's probably at 4. What?
9, 8,
5
7,
or 6? 6 o'clock.
7. 6
There's
or
Elegant
7.
Woodworks. That's Dan. How you doing, Dan? It's completely daylight. Well,
Can't say that here.
yeah, it's completely dark here.
Yeah.
Yep, here too.
LJ. I got to get back into my rhythm of watching some of my lives of other people's and videos. I've kind of been absent for a while, trying to catch up with stuff.
Wouldn't you know it? I come up on panel, my nose wants to itch.
Yeah, somebody's talking about you then.
So what do you got going on now, Brian?
Reverend Joe Jacobson. You were supposed to come up and be the entertainment. I was the blah one tonight. Well, I have no excuses. I can work on my lathe now. I just got to get started on it because I put this video out today for the house, and then the next one was supposed to be to finish that. And I've shown it in other lives, the blank that I made that I'm going to throw on the lathe and make a wooden mallet. So I'm looking forward to doing that. I should really start that tomorrow. I'm trying to put a video out every Tuesday. At least that's my plan for now. I screwed up this week because, like I said, I could have had that video out if it was going to go right, but it failed on me. And I had to skip to it. This video I just put out, and which was fine. It wasn't too hard to edit. And there's Johnny.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey.
Johnny.
How you doing, Johnny? There's
I'm
Johnny.
just chasing pheasants.
Johnny's Lathe Craft is in here too. You're out chasing pheasant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were trying to put them up. They're ground nesting birds, and they won't go up in the coop, So they tried to sit outside. But anyway, hey, everybody. Hey, James. Hey, Kevin. Ryan.
Hey,
And I'm glad to hear you're going to put out a video a week.
I'm trying to, and I already screwed up last night. I mean, it was one day off, but I want it to be Tuesday, not the day after Tuesday. Tuesday.
Need to try harder then, Brian.
Well, I like the idea that I can put a video out and then have something to talk about the next day on my live.
Yeah, if you haven't watched Brian argue with himself, go watch his video.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yep.
That was great.
One of them's working, the other one's taking a nap under a door or something.
I don't think he was taking a nap. I think he got a garage fell on him.
Oh yeah. I had to watch that garage fall down like 3 or 4 times. It was just like
Well, you know what? It happened so fast that I just had to replay it a couple of times so people had a chance to see it.
yeah.
Plus, I wanted to put a couple little.
Well, where it landed was good placement.
Oh, I knew where it was going to land. It actually landed about 1 foot away from that fence
That's what I mean.
and that bush.
That's what I mean. It was good placement.
Hi, Heather.
Well, I knew how tall the wall
Okay.
was, so I knew how far it was going to fall or swing over. I was pretty confident that it was going to do exactly what it did. But what if? What if it had come away and then that thing broke and it jammed up against the house? That would have really sucked.
Well, you got it
There's
down.
a bunch of different scenarios you could have had to happen.
Yeah. But I'm an overthinker and an over builder of stuff, and I thought of all the things that could go wrong and tried to be prepared for it.
Yeah.
It was a little scary ripping. Well, the thing of it was, even when I got the front wall and the back wall off, it was still pretty attached to the house. So then I had to go cut it, and then it was freestanding on its own. So, I mean, it could have fallen when I did that last cut on the roof.
I was kind of thinking that's pretty sketchy to be under there with 2 of the walls gone.
No, the roof was completely still attached when I did that.
Yeah, I know. But it was pretty sketchy. It was sketchy because the roof was still there.
That's why men don't last as long as women. Because we do shit. Yeah, like rocking a 4-wheeler on a log. You're gonna get it. I'm gonna get it.
I mean, in a,
What if I put my
you know, a real friend would have just helped you instead of standing there with videoing you, while you're walling around.
try being on a
Hey, Bobby.
10,000-pound 4-wheel drive tractor and having the transmission cut loose on you downhill?
Yep. Yep.
Well, Johnny, would you rather me put it down, the camera down, and help you and lose that
Yep.
beautiful? Hey, I came right over to you. Just as long as I had you in frame. You were already getting up by the time I got there.
Brian's advanced age. Now, come on now, LJ. You're talking about Brian being advanced age.
I'll drag all of you with me. I appreciate that.
Brian's a whippersnapper to me.
I am.
I think he's younger than me.
I try.
You try.
My biggest problem is I've gotten a little overweight, so it's kind of like dragging around an extra person.
Now you're talking to the choir.
I'll just say for my age, I actually do pretty well.
Yep. Yep. Some do and some don't. I'm one of them that don't.
I do all right for 58.
Yeah.
I was impressed. I overthink cutting a tree down. Would never try demoing a garage like that. Well, you know what? There was nobody else to do it, so I had to do it.
You did a good job. It went right down just the way you wanted it to. Everything worked out.
Mhm.
Nobody got hurt.
Nobody got hurt.
I would have been the only one.
You know, no, but did you die? No, everything's good.
I would have liked to have gotten the footage of that guy getting hit with the house.
There's a channel that I watched. They said that the number one rule is don't die.
Hey, there's Bill.
My Alaska Bill's in the house.
Hey, Bill, I found. You know, you were kind of looking around for something. I found something. I'll send it to you.
Does everybody leave stuff at your house?
Well, you know, your stuff is still laying here, so I haven't got it in the mail yet. Actually, Dexter's stuff. Dexter's leaving bling everywhere he goes.
Yeah. Well, if Dexter gets lost, he's lost because he don't have his tag. He's chipped. Thing of it is, somebody got a hold of Dexter, they wouldn't. They go, oh, I guess I'll have to keep him. No tag. I left a mess.
Brian left a mess. All right, Bill, I just sent you something. So, man, I hate awkward silence. So somebody's going to have to say something because we can't just all sit here and just
Stare at each other.
Well, just it's one of those days. I don't know. When I was getting ready to do my live, I was like, really? What am I going to talk about?
Yeah. Well, you talk about your video. You talk about.
I did that already.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you talk about your video. You talk about things you got planned coming up and stuff like that. You've already talked about how you're going to try to put a video out every Tuesday, which is great, by the way, and that you're going to put out a short every single day as long as you're not killing another short. You're going to do that. And
speaking of that, I put a short out, the old truck video or short.
right.
Then I thought that one was dead. So I put out another one, and then I went to go look at the analytics, and that one, the first one, the truck video, shot up. And then they started fighting with each other and taking credit from each other. And
now, how did they take credit from
They
each
both
other?
fizzled-
If they're both getting views, how did they take credit from one
because one would take off ahead, leaving the other one behind, and then the other one would take, and then the other one, the one I put out last, just died.
Well, it happens. But you know,
I don't know what everybody else's experience is, but when I put out a short, it kills everything else. It makes everything else get like nothing.
well, I haven't had that experience, but I mean, I do understand that a short can kill another short, but I haven't had it kill a video.
I've had it kill a video. So, well, at least, it's happened enough to where I assume that that's what's going on. And, I think everybody experiences differently. It's just different for everybody. I mean, there's some commonalities that people have with their analytics, but I don't know.
Yep. So we're not going to have
I don't have
awkward
that
silence
issue.
again. So we're going to have to start talking again.
Toledo Creations is in here.
Howdy, howdy. LOL, LOL. Every one of y'all look to the right. Wait, other two look to the left. Melinda. So,
Okay, you won pheasant, and then you won. What was the other thing that you won? At the
I won some ammo. I won some 44 mag ammo, and I shot one of them at the end of the video just to make sure that it wasn't going to bulge and split and do weird things to my 44 mag, and it didn't. It shot just fine. It didn't have too much smoke, so it was all good. But yeah, and then I've actually been to 2 auctions since then. I went to one today and I went to one last Saturday. Kind of looks like the Brady Bunch, says Jeff Killian. Kinda. Who's Marsha?
Marsha.
Adventures and More is asking for prayers. Is that a unspoken prayer, or is there something you want to share? Congratulations, LJ.
Well, a couple things I have coming up. We'll be making another visit to the Buffalo Ranch. Get me some more bison meat.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. And I've been thinking of getting away and doing a cave tour at one of the state parks here called Longhorn Cavern. That way you can go underground where it's 68 degrees.
Nice. That's where I need to be every day. 68 degrees. That's actually kind of warm. I think we keep our house about 67. So.
Yeah, well, for southern Texas, that's cool. Especially this time of year.
Right.
Yeah, I'll just say we'll be hot here until halfway through November.
Melinda, it was. She had a question. She asked if it was hand-loaded ammo, and I believe it was. I'm not 100% on that because everything looks very uniform, but whenever you buy ammo in plastic baggies, I always tend to think it's probably a hand load of some sort. But it was cheap enough because if you know anything about 44 mag ammo, it's about $50 for 25 rounds. It's about $2 a pop, and I got it for $16 for 25. So that wasn't bad.
Not bad.
Bill's finally in the 70s today.
Yay. Yes, the AC is still working. That's right, Chris. It is still working. It works great still. We have no idea where the Freon went that left out of it, but I understand Freon doesn't evaporate, but it's still in there now. So all good. So let's see. I'll talk about something. I got we're going to go elk hunting this year.
I've
been one time. I've been elk hunting one time in my life, and it was a draw hunt in the Wichita Mountains here in Oklahoma. I got an elk. It was a cow tag, so I got a big cow elk while I was there. I've never been to like Colorado or any of those places to hunt elk or anything like that. Well, I have a friend who is a landowner in New Mexico, and in New Mexico they have a program where they get landowners can get 2 elk tags, 2 special elk tags, and he lives in a special unit. There's 2 units there that are considered special units, like trophy units, I guess you call, but they're all it's all private land. There's no public land in there, so it's not like you're hunting public. And he has offered me and Christine the elk tags this year. So I think we're going to go out there. We can hunt any 5 days of the season. So we just need to pick which season we want to hunt with what weapon, and then we'll go out there for 5 days and hunt elk. So I'm looking forward to that.
When is elk season?
Absolutely.
When is elk season?
Well, I know it goes all the way through the end of December, I believe, out there, but it starts in like September. So it would be any 5 consecutive days between September and the end of the year. So I
Nice.
don't know which 5 days we're going to go yet, but we're going to go. I've seen some of the elk that they've killed, that they've taken. He let a guy go out there last year, another guy, and the guy got it. I think first day he killed a big 6x6, and we're really looking forward to it. I think I'm gonna hunt with my 45-70. I just think that sounds nostalgic enough to, out west with a 45-70 hunting elk. Sounds good to me.
Cool. Maybe we can have some
Absolutely.
elk burgers.
Yeah. What'd you say, James?
I said absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm looking.
Where's it at, Johnny? What part of New Mexico?
It's going to be in the northern part. It's called the Unit 54 is what it is. And if you look at let me see if I can pull it up on my phone here real quick, because he sent me that stuff. And it's shaded totally different. It and one other unit are shaded totally different, and it's because they're special units. And in other words, they have no public in those areas, so the elk all get larger, I guess you'd call it, because there's no. So let me see if I can find what he sent me while not letting.
I remember going through there through northern New Mexico around Taos, and they had some big bull elk up there.
Yeah. Let me see if I can figure this out. Game Unit 54 is what it's called. And I can hunt on his place and his neighbor's place, which is his neighbor's place is like his neighbor's place is a couple thousand acres, I think.
Wow.
Let me see here. That's the way it is out
1,000
west.
acres.
Everybody's got a lot of land. I mean, big places.
Yeah.
It seems like one of those ranches.
I'd like to have about 20 of them acres.
If I can find it here.
Only want a small piece, just a small piece.
Yeah. You guys, just keep talking. I'm digging here.
Well, you digging all right.
I was going to say something, and then I forgot what it was.
That figures.
It's been one of those type of chats.
If there's anybody in the chat that you might not have checked out yet, people in the chat, go ahead and check out the channels.
Yes, Melinda.
There's some
Chicken
new
fried
people.
elk is really good.
Yeah, for some reason it's telling me the interactive map is offline right now over there. Great.
Yeah, doesn't that figure?
Howdy, howdy, howdy. Troy is in the house.
Hey, Troy.
How you doing, Troy?
Hey, Troy.
Had an elk burger at Cabela's. It's so yummy. Yeah, elk meat is some of our favorite. I mean, we haven't had a whole lot of it, but whenever I got that one elk, it was fantastic. And we're looking forward to that.
I bet the backstrap of them are good size and good.
Right. Yeah. And the elk I got before, she weighed around, I think she weighed around 650 or something like that. And she was a big old cow. And yeah, the back straps off her was really good. They aged her, I think they aged her at 10 years old. She was a 10-year-old cow. So,
And that meat was probably just as tender as any piece of meat.
oh,
you
it
ever
was
had.
great. You know, elk to me is like between venison and beef is
Yeah.
what I kind of think of it as. It's a taste between venison and beef. So
Take a
Mindy has
take a
grabbed-
slice of that back strap about this thick, butterfly it open,
yeah,
pound it
butterfly
out,
cut,
fry it.
butterfly cut, yeah, roll it in flour and salt and all that good stuff. And yeah, it's really
That
good.
makes me think of bison, and bison's so close to what beef tastes like.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little different, but
Yeah,
it's very similar to beef.
yeah, it's a really lean beef.
Yes, it
Well,
is.
And that's the thing with like venison, elk, bison, all three of those. You actually have to have that to mix with them in order to make it like a good burger or anything like that, because it's so lean.
Yeah,
You know, I saw an article one time. It was a group of Native Americans that had type 2 diabetes. And they had this group go back on what would be more of their traditional diet. And as they went through going with their traditional diet, their symptoms of type 2 diabetes pretty much went away.
oh, good.
I believe it.
LJ Woodworks, the fat on bison is a yellow color. That's because they're grass fed. Cattle are the same way. If you totally grass feed cattle, the fat on cattle is a yellowish color too.
Byron Forge. You're going to want to go check out his channel. He's been on a roll of putting out videos, and he's actually been putting out some pretty good videos too. So go check them out.
Yeah.
Some of them's pretty good, guys.
Big rolling hay bales.
I didn't say that, did I?
I got a tick. Oh man.
Well, I think he's put out like 6 videos since I left. That's a lot.
That's
What
good.
I've been putting out.
A lot more than you, right?
Consistency.
I think they've put out one a week since I've been home.
I'm going to preach that from now on. Be consistent.
Yeah, I know.
Bye, Bill. Did you get my text? Hey, there's Monica. Howdy, Monica.
Hey, Monica.
Yep, Monica's in here. How you doing, Monica? There's Tony of
Hey, there's Tony.
Cabin in the House. Our Cabin in the Woods.
Hey,
Hello.
Tony is back home. He's been to Florida for a week. So he's back home now.
Awesome.
Yeah. We were supposed to
Rather still be gone.
be able to fly on the same flight to Seattle whenever we go on the Alaska cruise. But somehow we got messed up on our flight and we don't even get to fly out together. So yep.
Tony said that he's sick now.
Yeah.
Well, get it over with before you have to go on that cruise.
Tell you what, them airplanes are no joke. And you go out feeling fine and you come home feeling sick.
I don't know how many times people have gone on vacation and came home sick.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I hope Christine took a couple extra days off because we're probably going to have to recuperate from vacation when we go on that cruise.
Especially after all the eating you're probably going to do.
Oh, yeah, we're going to eat. We're going to, yeah. It's
Tell
gonna be
you, when I was gone on this last trip to Oklahoma, it seems like all we did was eat.
fun. Hey, you know, I drove right past JL's today and then I never even stopped. You
Really.
wouldn't believe it. I drove right past it.
How often would you say you go?
Where, in the JL's?
Oh, yeah, or that or Jose's.
Oh, well, let's see.
One or the other every day.
I got a twofer this week. I think Saturday afternoon I ate at JL's, and then last night me and Christine ate at Jose's. Yeah, you need a
Sounds about
vacation.
right.
You need a vacation after your vacation. That's right, Monica.
And I have Mexican food restaurants just about on every corner here.
I can't even imagine. We do here in Tahlequah too. There's a lot.
We ate at 3 Mexican restaurants within 4 days.
We have several here, but I don't use them. I generally make my own.
Yeah.
Bobby says take lots of vitamin C and constantly wash your hands. I do that before I go to Walmart. Yeah.
But if you could get sick before a vacation, that's awesome. Because then your immune system will be high.
Yeah. Or you'll relapse. I tell you what, we're looking forward to going on that Alaska cruise, but you know, I'm not real high on having things planned out for me, like for a day. You know, I'm one of them people that kind of likes to just get up. You know, like if I'm on vacation, here's my perfect vacation: get up when I want to, and then do what I want to do. And that's my perfect vacation. And you know, for somebody else to have plans for you, you know, like what you're going to do, like you've got these certain things you have to do on certain days.
Yeah, like be up at 6:30.
Yeah, be up at 6:30. We got to do this. We're gonna, you know, you got this day. You know, we poured at this time. We, you know, et cetera, et cetera. Be back to the boat at this time, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, that's what was nice about my trip to Oklahoma is it was pretty relaxed. We just did what we do. We do.
I'd say, see you later. Have fun. I'll be right here poolside when you get back.
You know, I was asking them, we got a balcony. We got one of them balcony rooms. I was like, man, I'm thinking about just setting a cot out on the balcony. I think that would just be about the perfect deal. Just kind of be out there and just kind of kick back and drinking my choice and just relax.
Everybody's where's Johnny? We haven't seen him in 3 days.
Yeah.
That's me. Put me poolside. Give me a drink of my choice, and I'll see you guys later.
Doesn't that sound great, Monica? Nothing planned and sleep and listen to the ocean. Doesn't that sound awesome? That sounds so awesome to me. Uh-oh. Sorry. Prayers, Heather. She's got bad allergies and Dad injured his leg.
Oh, no.
Mm.
It must be the day to injure legs because I heard Lauren injured her leg. Cut her leg to the bone or something, she said. Just
What?
Lauren cut her leg today.
Well, that's not good.
Somehow. I don't know how. I just saw a Facebook post, I believe, about it. Amy can probably. That's right, Troy. Nobody will ever ask where I'm at. Nobody will ask anybody about me. That's right. And Tony says he could do the same thing. He could just kind of sleep and listen to the ocean.
So you guys are all going to get together and stay on your balconies, all your balconies.
There we go. We could.
How was your vacation? I didn't see anybody.
I sat out on the balcony and watched the world go by.
I wish I could have a whole week with no alarm clocks. That would be nice.
There you go.
Who uses an alarm clock?
I use one occasionally. I had to use one this morning to get there to the auction on time. For some reason, these guys want to start these auctions at like 8 o'clock, and
Why?
and they're an hour and something from here. So you got to get around, and if you want to preview it, you got to get there early. And yeah, and they're over by most of the auctions are over by 1 o'clock. So I don't think I've stayed at many auctions that have run actually past 1.
I went to bed last night at about 11 o'clock and I was up by 6.
Yeah.
Is it pretty easy for you, Johnny, to have an auction to go to every week? I mean, you don't like have to struggle to find one, do you?
I'm going to 3 this week, I think.
I guess you don't.
I went to one today. I'm going to one Friday, and I'm going to one Sunday, and I could go to one Saturday if I wanted to. But I think I'm going to take Saturday off because that's going to be my day. I think that's going to be my day off this week, Saturday. I think. I'm hoping we've got a new calf by then. We've got a cow that's just any day, anytime.
Ready to pop.
Yeah, but she's a mature cow. She's never had any problems before. I don't expect her to have any problems this time. So, and we got a new heifer, and the new heifer she's a good sized gal. They told me she weighed 1280, but I'm looking at her and I get about I'm thinking about 1,000. Maybe a little over 1,000, but is what I'm
gonna
getting
say.
at.
That's a big heifer.
Yeah, here's the deal. She's a 2022 heifer, so she's 3-year-old heifer. She's never had a calf, but she's with calf right now. She's 5 months along with a calf right now. So.
I saw the short that you put out about Danny checking out the new heifer.
Yeah. I mean, she's a big old gal, but yeah, she's a registered Gelbvieh, and that's a German cow. They come in,
They're a bit larger, ain't they?
black and red, huh?
They're a bit larger cow, ain't they?
Well, they can be. Now, I saw some of the bulls, and the bulls aren't anywhere near the size of Danny. Danny's, way bigger than the bulls that we saw over there. Brian has seen them. He went to the same ranch. We toured it. And then actually in his video, you probably would see my heifer running around in there in his video somewhere if you saw it.
Would you recognize it in the video?
Oh, yeah. I'd recognize her. She's got a top knot on her, like a patch of hair on top of her head right there.
Tell me if you see it by any chance, tell me what the timestamp is.
Okay. You're making me go back and watch your video again, aren't you?
Start and finish, though. None of this just going
over and over and over.
Oh, I didn't say over and over and over.
I have to make it to check. I'll be going back and forth. Oh, is that her?
There's only one.
Is that her?
There's only one or two segments of cows, other than yours.
Yeah. We just had our 3-year-old heifer drop her first calf yesterday. Yep. So if you got a heifer and she's 3 years old, she can be a pretty big one. She can be a pretty good size.
Now Danny's a Brangus, right?
He's Brangus, yeah. He's Brahman Angus cross, and we've got this heifer will make our. I'd say she might be our second largest cow as far as lanky. I think Oreo and her are pretty close to the same size. But anyway, we're looking forward to having that. I'm glad she's bred because that gives us another shot at having something that Danny's not related to. So if she has another heifer, then I'm going to
That's
keep
two
that.
out of
I'll
her.
keep that one too, and that'll give us two. So 2 more Danny girlfriends, I guess you'd call it, that are young.
Do any of
My
those
granddad-
girlfriends get jealous?
Oh no, cows don't get jealous.
My granddad started out
You
with,
taking?
her.
No, you taking.
Actually, they all fight over the bull. You know, I've had people come on our shorts and stuff like that. I had one lady come on. I'm gonna say lady. She came on there and said, "Run, run, run! Being pregnant is no fun." You know, she was dead serious, and I was like, "You don't understand. Anything wild, any animal, is always going to seek to be. They seek to procreate. That's what they seek all the time. I mean, even the cows will go
Hi,
to the
Monica.
bull. The cow will go to the bull. The doe will go to the buck. If they will try to be, the hen will go to the rooster. Et cetera, et cetera. It just happens.
You have a good night, Monica.
Good night.
I was seeing on Buffalo Ranch, and they have a bunch of calves right now.
Mm-hmm. They're calved out.
Yep.
Yeah. How big are they?
The calves. Well,
Yeah, the calves.
Well, the last pictures I seen them post, they were still nursing, but that was a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, they'll nurse for a long time. I mean, they'll nurse for about 8 months. If everything worked perfect, all right, a little bit of cow, info here. If everything worked perfect, cattle have a 9-month gestation period, and they will breed back within 2 months of having a calf. So if you had a perfect situation, every 11 months you will have a calf. You'll have, they'll have a calf. 11 months later, they'll have another calf. So if you had in December, it'll be November the next year, then it'll be October the next year, then, September the next year. If everything works perfectly, it's hard to get that perfect situation. We've only got a couple that will do that. The rest of them like to take a vacation, I guess, and they will end up with 4-month difference between calves and stuff like that. Right.
I think these calves were born in April or May.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And I know their growth rate's probably very similar to cattle.
Yeah. So they're a month or 2 old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, people, it's 10 o'clock Central, and it's time for our Old Man King Homestead. That's Peter. So I want to thank everybody in the chat for popping in, and my moderators for protecting my channel. And thank you, Kevin, Johnny, and Jamie. And we will see you next week. 9
And
o'clock.
Jackie boy.
Bye for
Have a
now.
wonderful, blessed evening, y'all.
Hey.
Bye, guys.
Bye.